Hi, my name is Rick. What's with the nunchuck, Rick? You can't hit a golf ball with a nunchuck. Well, yes you can. Not good, but you can hit the golf ball with a nunchuck. Why a nunchuck? Why for this particular lesson? Why do I need it? Well, I want to show you and tell you the importance of a grip. Now, when I had that nunchuck in my hand, if I place my hand the wrong way or the wrong part of the golf or the of the nunchuck, it's going to affect the fluidity of the nunchuck. All right? A grip affects how you move the club. Key component. The grip pressure affects how you move the club. So a grip, if there's a critical component to golf, being the #1 critical component, I would suggest to you the grip would probably be it. But let me talk to you about the grip and let me show you how to get a great grip so you can swing your club in a fluid action. Now, there's a fellow by the name of Harvey Penick. I don't know if you know who he is, being a beginner golf. Well, Harvey Penick uses a yard ruler, and it's a pretty cool drill. I'm just going to make some adjustments to this drill. He wants you to hold the yard ruler, your left hand and your right hand, all right? And they use this because they want you to understand the position of your thumb in relationship to the rest of your hand. Now, we do something that's very similar. It's called shuto. Shuto in martial arts simply means sword hand. Now, my finger's not out here, it's simply attached. See that? And that's going to create this thing called shuto. This is the beginning posture that I use to create a great golf swing, or a great golf grip. I knew the relationship and how it works. But I'm going to show you what you can do. It's real simple. You'll be able to accomplish it in, over a lifetime. No, it's not going to take you long to understand it. But you have to understand one thing about grip. Every time you do this grip drill, you have to pay attention because your grip is going to change in the course of your life, and you're not even going to notice it. It changes so gradually that you don't notice the change. Now, for those who know Jack Nicklaus is, watch the video one day with Jack, and Jack says, every year before I start the season, I go back to Mr. Grout. This was Jack's first teacher. And Mr. Grout would go through the series of movements like he first met Jack Nicklaus. He would talk about his stance, his posture, his grip. So Jack, being the greatest golfer in the world, always understood grip position. So again, I think you should take it with concern yourself with how important this really is. All right, so what we're going to do is this. I know that my fingers have to be attached like this, and I don't want them out like that. The first thing I want to do is, where do I put this grip in my hand? All right, my left hand. Well, there's a part of your hand, this meaty part. It's called, some people call it the sixth finger of the hand. That allows you to grip the club without a lot of pressure. Let me show you how that works. Let's make this imaginary line. Open up my hand. Right here, this knuckle right here, straight down to this fatty part right here. So right here to here. All right. Now, when I do this, I'm going to come in from this direction, flat, not like this. So my club fits right in here. So this side of my club will fit right in there. All right. Now, why do they call that a sixth finger? Watch this. If I stick that club in there, you see I can pick the club up and I don't have to close my hands because there's pressure against that. I don't have to squeeze my hands. If this part of the grip is up too high, you have to squeeze your hand. That causes tension. You don't want tension. Now, there's some things that I do that I've never seen golf teachers do. All right? So I'm going to show you why I do it. Because I understand grip to a high level because my grip has to be designed to have a certain posture when I do a certain technique. And if I don't have that posture correct, I don't have the grip correct, the technique doesn't work. All right? So I understand it at a different level. You take your club and you butt it up against something that's flat, like this. All right? So the first thing I do, I slide it up against something that's square. Then I do that drill again. All right? I put the club, I put my hand straight in like this, and I look at the lines. And I make sure it's under this, what they call the sixth finger. And I simply close my hand. I do nothing else. Now, for a beginner, I'm going to suggest to you that your grip, these V's are going to point more to your right side. Now, the term in golf is called strong grip, weak grip. I don't like those terms. The reason why, when the first time somebody told me that I should strengthen up my grip, I squeezed the club harder. Did that make sense? Of course. He told me to strengthen up my grip. I understand strength to be this. But that's not really what it's supposed to mean. It simply means the two V's point to the right, right, for strong grip. A weak grip means the two V's point more towards your center line, this being your center line. So what we're going to do for beginners, we're going to strengthen the grip. That's the term to use. I like to say point it to your right shoulder. So we're going to start off the same way. We're going to put it against the side here. And make sure when you do this that the club does not turn back and forth. So you're going to hold your the club with your right hand, if you're right-handed. You're going to put your left hand first. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that drill. And when I do this drill, right here, at this point, I'm not going to close my hands totally. I'm simply going to rotate my hand over more, like this. All right? I want to rotate my hand. I don't want to take my thumb and move my thumb. It's not my thumb. It's the whole hand just rotating over. So I have it like this and I rotate it over. What happens now, you see this V, it's now pointing more to my right shoulder. That will be a stronger grip. All right. I like to call it the right grip. All right. So I simply make sure that it doesn't move, and that's why I keep it against something flat. This prevents it from moving. Now, if you have a mirror, then you simply use the mirror. If you don't want to use the mirror, you pick your hand up and look at this V. Here's a key component I'll share with you later in the golf swing. Most of the times, all right, in your life, you gather information through your eyes. All right? In fact, I think it's anywhere from 70 to 83% of all that information you ever gathered came through your eyes. So we're going to use that key sense, the eyes. The eyes are going to tell us what to do. So I look at my left hand, and I can see my V is pointing that way. So I'm going to duplicate it with my right hand. So that's not it. It's more like this. And what I do, I slide my hand down. I look at my V's. All right? Now, when I'm doing this, I'm doing it and I'm using this particular grip. This is called overlapping grip. This is a 10-finger grip. But they're all really basically the same as long as the V's are pointing to the right. And you have an interlocking grip, you have a overlapping grip, and you have a 10-finger grip. The grip in itself is not going to matter to me. So I'll either do it in the mirror. If I'm in the mirror, all I have to do is look down and look at it and see in the mirror that they look the same. And I think the mirror is really a good thing to do. If you don't want to do it that way, then simply slide your hand down. Make sure the grips are pointing the same way, and that's it. That grip position is going to change, like I mentioned, in the golf swing. Now, when you first do this, the first thing I always hear from any person that I've ever showed the grip to, they go, it doesn't feel comfortable. As I mentioned in my other videos, why should it feel comfortable? You don't walk, I mean, like I said, I told my buddy, were you born with a golf club in your hand? Absolutely not. You have to work it so it becomes comfortable. All right, so let me do it one more time for you. Now again, you could do it this way. You get yourself a yard ruler and that's going to help you. That's not obviously a yard ruler. All right, so I get something flat, I hold it, make sure it's in my that finger I mentioned before. Once I have it, I just rotate it over a little bit more. I make sure the club doesn't move. I hold it, I just close my hand, do nothing else. Then my mirror, I look down, I'll slide it up, and I can see it in the mirror. So that's perfect. Or, you know, I'll go up, and that's it, right there. Then I'll get used to doing it this way. And that's pretty much it. Then you take your setup position. I showed you setup position. Don't swing the club yet. Watch my other video. I'm going to show you how to acquire motion. Now, a golf setup is easy to teach. Grips are easy to teach. Setup, lower body is easy to teach. Upper body is easy to teach. Motion, movement. Now that, my friend, is a challenge. But I can do it for you. My name is Rick. Like you, I used to be a beginner. I hope those 3 lessons you watch work for you. But make sure you watch the lesson on motion, how to move. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there.